the Scrum team be involved in a product discovery process, and if so, why? Well, this is a weird one. I'm not going to say it's good or bad. It's odd, because if the Scrum team isn't involved, who's doing it? Okay. Product owner is part of that Scrum team. I guess, I hope your product owner is leading product discovery. Okay, so they're involved in that. Why wouldn't there be developers knocking around to help them understand, discover what that product is, and potentially, what the problems are that we're trying to solve? And why not throw a Scrum Master in? Because, we need to eat. I'm actually just a bit baffled by that type of question, because it seems to assume that product discovery is separate to product development, when in truth, a key part of development is the ongoing discovery. Do we have a problem to solve? Do our customers want this answer to that problem? Okay. So in the early days, it is more about hypothesis and experimentation. It's more about validating ideas, learning, and your developers are likely to be key people in that role. Okay? And over time, as you build more confidence, the developers may shift and they may be different people. Okay? And instead of being predominantly focused on learning, we're going to move our focus mainly to building the product. Okay? But discovery continues all the way through. Just because a customer said 3 months ago that they wanted a thing, you want to be testing that. You want to be testing the assumption that that's still true. That's discovery. Okay? So we need those skills in the team, continuing discovery throughout the life cycle of development. Okay? Now, if instead of thinking of developers as people who are adding value to your product, you are thinking coders, then they may not be in there. Okay, in the early days, I would question if you're not gotten them in there, why not? Because they tend to be very smart people who can turn their hand to many jobs. You don't only want them in there, you will want people who are used to user research, who are used to the validation of products, ideas. Okay? But have the developers in there as well, the coders in there as well if it's software. Okay? Building that understanding of the problem space, building that understanding of the domain and the product and its problem. Okay? So that when we switch focus to development properly, when we're really thinking about ramping up building the features, they're bringing that knowledge with them. They're already understanding why this is an important product. They're helping the product owner communicate that urgency, that importance to other people who are now joining the team, bringing other skills as maybe we lose some of those discovery skills. Okay. If you don't have developers, okay, you don't have a Scrum team. If you don't have a product owner, you don't have a Scrum team. What I often see instead of this is, and I think this is where this type of interview question is coming from, we, the product people, should be over here doing discovery, and when we have blessed it, we'll give you a product owner and some developers, and you can crack on building your thing. Okay, but we've done the hard work for you. That's Taylorism. We're going to do the thinking, just do the doing. All right? Let's call it what it is. Okay, it's also creating barriers. Okay, it's us and them. The developer's going to look at it and go, "That's great, you did all that work. We don't trust you." Why don't we trust you? Because you're always wrong. And why are you always wrong? Let's be honest. Because there's a delay. So you've done great work and you've thrown it over the wall, waterfall. Okay. But because you've packaged that work up and passed it over, we have an issue. The developers are getting delayed information. The customers moved on. The problem's changed. They've changed their mind. Their needs are different. The developers aren't building what you've asked for anyway. Or I hope they're not, because they're talking to the customers and understanding this. They will continue that discovery process. Okay. If you don't have a product owner and developers, and as I said, why wouldn't you have a Scrum Master, somebody there to help this all come together, to create an environment where they can all be successful? I mean, you're not doing Scrum, not really an issue, but you are setting yourself up for pain down the line, for the chance that you build the wrong thing. And that's really what we're trying to get away from. We're trying to make it so that through frequent feedback, through near constant inquiry and discovery, we're constantly shifting what we believe this product needs to be, because the need is constantly shifting, the problem is constantly shifting, or at least the understandings of them. That's the ongoing discovery. So yes, you want your whole Scrum team involved in discovery, but don't think that that means it's a jail sentence. We're not locking half a dozen people into that team forever. The people may change, but the Scrum team will stay there. Slowly it will evolve from one thing to another. That's good. It's continuity of information, of knowledge. Okay. Don't make it too radical a change too often, and you can maintain a performing team throughout. Okay. So, in short, yeah, product owner, the whole Scrum team are involved in product discovery. If you've got to this point in the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, a like would be appreciated. If you want to hear more from me, more answers to questions that maybe you've got in the Agile world, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you really want answered, drop it in the comments. I promise we'll get around to it. Thank you.